Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And today is a brand new day, and today is a brand new moment as well. I want to welcome you. Today I have with me the group called The Ascended. Their energy will come through me today. And the subject is, why do you do what you do? It's going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to getting that with you guys shortly. But we're going to give everybody a chance to come on here. Remember, if you're new to the channel, so like, subscribe, share, give the video a thumbs up, a follow. It won't cost you a dime, and it will bring this information to other people. Share this video. Remember to give it a thumbs up. If you're on the YouTube end of my channel and broadcast, please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Why do you do what you do? Good morning, everybody. We're going to get into that in just a moment. So I will be taking questions today as well. I'll be running for about an hour today, and we'll see where we go with this. Hi there. Good morning. Hi, Benjamin. Hello. Here we are. Hello, Nat Girl. Good to see you. Hi, guys. So yeah, why do you do what you do? Something very few of you are even questioning. And it is so important that you begin to question why you are doing what you are doing. If you fail to question why you are doing what you are doing, you will simply be doing without thinking, finding yourselves in situations you do not understand why you are there, because you do not question what is making you do what you are doing. The fundamental thing they say to me, oh, good morning, Amanda. Hi. The fundamental thing they say to me repeatedly is people do not evaluate the source of their thinking. The vast majority of people do not evaluate the source of their thinking, their thoughts, or even their behaviors. Even fewer question their history significantly enough to know where they learned to do what they do. Very few question their history to understand why they do what they do. Indeed, you know, many of you do not even question your childhood, let alone the broader history outside the scope of your own little lifetime. The broader scope being the history of the human species and what has done collectively. For many tens of thousands of millennium, human civilizations have risen and fallen upon your planet time and time again, each one attempting to leave a record for you to evaluate and understand so that you might not suffer the same fate that previous civilizations did. Very few of you understand that you have a relationship with everything around you, even beyond the scope of what you perceive upon this physical planet. That you interact with the sun and the moon and the stars, and that they interact with you. Very few of you even consider that possibility, let alone to look at your history to understand your history of violence, of conquest, of power, of authority, of control, of neglect, of greed. Very few of you consider your history, let alone the history of your own life that you're experiencing right now, and why you eat the things you eat and say the things you say and do the things you do. Very few of you even question or consider these things and find yourselves shocked and surprised when things are not quite as you would have liked them to have been. And this is quite simply because you do not question or evaluate why you do what you do and from whom you learn to do it. Where did you learn to do what you do? Where did you learn to think the thoughts you think? And why do you choose to think the thoughts you think? And why do you choose to do the things you do? Very few of you question this, and therefore you find yourselves believing that you're living a life beyond your own ability to control or change it. And that is a great lie you tell yourself, that you have no ability to correct or change the conditions of your life. So why do you do what you do? Examine and evaluate your history, both your personal history and the history of your species, from its highest heights to the existing place where you find yourselves now. You think yourselves a technologically advanced civilization, and yet there were civilizations upon your planet far more technologically evolved than yours, and they suffered the same debilitating fall back down into the dust from whence they arose. And very few of you have considered how that fate is befalling you even right now. That you are thinking and being individually and collectively repeating a great pattern that has been played over and over again through countless civilizations, reiterations of different forms of what you call humanity. Some tall, some short, many different types of humanity. And you are but one in a long, long line of manifestations. And many of you have come back into this manifestation to, for all intents and purposes, get it right again, to do it right this time. But without beginning the fundamental place of questioning why you do what you do, why you eat what you eat, why you drink what you drink, why you say what you say, why you act as you act, to not bear the light of your consciousness to evaluate these things. And you need to understand that everything is reacting and responding with everything else. The birds react and respond to you. You react and respond to them. And every life form, animate or inanimate by appearance, you might think that even a rock has no life in it whatsoever, but even a rock has life within it. A rock has far greater patience than most human beings do. And yet if you remain refusing to question why you think or say or do what you think or say or do, you are doomed to repeat the microcosm of your history as well as the macrocosm of your history. The great civilizations you call Rome and Egypt, Atlantis, Lemuria, Mu, and many others that came and fell, the skeletons of which you have available to you to look at and inspect, seeking to believe that your civilization is somehow more successful than theirs. And in such arrogance, they fell as well. You cannot even honor the living temple. Many of you cannot honor the living temple as it deserves to be honored. The gift provided for you to live in, to worship in, to be in, to cherish the divine within you. And yet you would throw slop into it. You would ignore it. You would negate it. You would harm it. And so you must begin to evaluate why you think what you think. And where did you get this thinking from? And is it valid? Is it useful? Is it beneficent for you to think a certain thought, to eat a certain food, to do a certain action? Your science is uncovering this rhythmical process that happens between your Earth and the sun in your existing solar system, which is reacting and responding to you. Some of your scientists are scratching their heads wondering, why has it not happened now? Why has not the sun done what it has done before? And it is quite simple. You have not reached that point of self-deprecation, that the sun would simply say, oh, it is time to start again. You must come to this realization that everything is reacting and responding to you individually and collectively. If you stand in a room full of people and you scream loud enough, many of them will jump out of their skin and be frightened and nervous. They react because the transmission of your energy would cause that. And if you take 8 billion of you all together feeling and thinking certain things, then there's going to be a reaction to that in the audience of your solar system most immediately. And you must understand this, that this happens. And our reason for coming through this one today to discuss this concept of why you do what you do is not to chastise you or find fault with you, but to bring to your awareness that you need to evaluate, to reconsider while there is still time. There is still time to correct, to shift yourself individually and collectively into a more favorable relationship with all else around you. And while you find yourself fragmenting and segmenting your peoples into different castes of money, castes of vitality and health, castes of power and weakness, castes of war, castes of peace, you continue to divide yourself into different segments, dividing your collective potential down into a level of uselessness that will not facilitate the kind of transformation that you're capable of exercising collectively. But you can still do this. There is still time that you can actually cause a reaction from your sun, that it can respond to you as your friend can respond to you when you give them compassion and kindness, or your neighbor responds if you're angry at them. There is no difference. There is no separateness in creation that one part does not know and respond to the other, any more than your hand does not feel the pain that a foot feels, that your whole body reacts when there's a physical pain, whether it be in your toe or your finger or your nose. The whole system reacts. So too, the same relationship exists. It exists between yourselves and all things that you are connected to, that you can see and sense and perceive. Like every cell in your body senses, feels, perceives, and reacts to every thought you think, every morsel of food you eat, every action you do. So begin to question why you do what you do. And where did you learn to do what you do? And is it correct? Is war correct? Is greed correct? Is suffering correct? Will you question these sufficiently enough to understand from where you learned them? Why is power over others so important to you? What does it actually give you? You think that you have more power because you have more stuff, more policy, more of your legal contrivances, that gives you somehow greater authority over others? You are fooling yourselves in your arrogance to believe that your money and power will ameliorate the karma that you create collectively. You cannot escape it, but you can transcend it if there is a function of unity based in a condition, vibrationally speaking, that we call love. That you can establish this. And love is not simply a function of charity, while charity has its benefits. the function of love is the empowerment and upliftment of individuals to their highest expressed potential. That you can uplift your brothers and sisters to their highest potential. But here you are in your realm of control and power, thinking that because I have more than they, and I can do more than they, and I can think more than they, and I can control more than they, that they are somehow less than you and you are somehow more than them. The Atlanteans thought the same thing. They compartmentalized their societies into castes, much as you see doing now. Those above ignoring those below, denying them the same truth and wisdom and knowledge that was given to them. And each and every time the result was the same, whether it was Atlantis or Mu or Lemuria or Eden. It did not matter what great civilization rose. Inevitably, this function of you are greater than they results in the same thing, that you all fall together, with only a scant handful of you to carry forth some semblance of life, to resurrect another civilization and repeat the same conditions again, because you did not examine why you do what you do, why you think what you think, why you eat what you eat, why you say what you say. And so you are in this unique position now to change this. There are many of us around you, present with you now, giving you the knowledge and wisdom necessary to make the proper preparations, that you can heal a civilization into a unified whole, instead of continuing this process of decentralizing everything into fragmented parts. Did you know that a unified whole is greater than the individual parts? Greater than the sum of those individual parts. You've heard that statement. But you would seek to maintain your advantage at the expense of your own future as well. You cannot have advantage over one without taking that advantage from yourself also. Do unto others, and it shall be done unto you. It is the law. Cause, effect. You cannot escape that. And what a wonderful realization when you recognize that you are indeed your brother's keeper. But how do you keep them? Do you keep them in truth, in love and compassion, in joy, in communion? You have many great religions that have been manifested in the form that they currently exist, again, to fragment and decentralize your unified capabilities as a species. Different political parties, different structures of health, different forms of education. There is no unified humanity, and your justification for trying to create such a thing through the destruction and dismissal of others will simply lead to your own destruction and dismissal. Only through the function of love as an inclusive conception of the ultimate expression of good on all levels of your being can bring about a unified humanity that is not based in the subjugation of one to another, because that will not work. It has not worked. It will never work. It has been tried through many hundreds of civilizations, most of which are but grains of sand and fragments in your memory that you will never recognize or remember. Long since past. But you can hear this now and know that you cannot escape the effects of your own causing. And the effects of love are far more beneficial to you than the effects of authority and power and control. That you would teach another to suffer. That you would teach another to be less than what they can be. to do this, you will do this to yourself. As you do unto others, it shall be done unto you. Do not delude yourself into thinking otherwise. What you do unto others shall be done unto you, as has been done many times before. And you have approximately 20 of your earth years to make the necessary corrections. Your existing consciousness, you understand very well, you can manipulate social functions in your collective population in 2 or 3 generations. And you only have 2 left to make the corrections you need to make. You've conditioned and subjugated so many of your people to delusion and suffering, thinking that you would raise yourself above them, not understanding that you've actually done the very opposite. You place yourself below them. And so you wish to awaken, do you? Then you must begin to question why you do what you do. And in the delusion of your own beliefs, you may not know why you do what you do. Believing, if you believe that what you believe is true, then you will not evaluate them. You will simply accept that what you do because you just do it. You believe it because you just believe it. But why do you believe it? What for? On what basis? What foundation of truth are your beliefs built? What is the function of love? What is the function of fear? Do you honor the sacred life that is your body? Do you truly honor it? Do you honor your neighbors? We see a great scourge of debilitating offerings to those that you would view to be lesser than yourselves. You ply them with substances that you know full well will damage and harm their bodies and spirits. The substances you call drugs and alcohol, these things, you give them very freely to kind of keep them from evaluating the very thing that you are seeking to do to them. And you think that you will remain free? You shall not remain free, for what you do unto others shall be done unto you. And our message is not just for you, but is also for they who are entrapped by this stuff. The illusion of relief through the overstimulation of your senses. The illusion of comfort from a substance that disconnects you from the responsibilities of effecting change in your own thinking mind. Those that would give you poisoned food and poisoned drink, and you do not question, well, you are equally as they are then, that you would choose to deny the responsibility given to you over your mind and body. Then as you do unto yourself, you shall experience that also. So what is being done unto you, you have done unto others as well. For you do not outrun your karma. You cannot escape the mistakes of the past until you recognize that you must not make those same mistakes, and then you will end the karma. Those that were once exalted have been humbled. Those who were humbled have been exalted. And you have not yet learned the lesson of what that was, that you that are in positions of great power and authority over these countries, these citizens, these individuals, you've not learned that you have been exalted for a reason, that you were given the opportunity to truly understand what that exaltation was given to you for, that it was given to you to experience these things, that you had once suffered as others suffer under you. You once suffered as others suffered under you. And you said, I would do things differently. And you come back into this world again. And you have not learned. And those of you that were exalted before and are now suffering are now saying, I would do differently. But you have not done differently. And so you must both come together in this understanding that you must begin to question why you do what you do, why you think what you think, why you eat what you eat, why you drink what you drink, why you say what you say. And until this process of evaluation begins, you will remain dancing back and forth like this. Those exalted becoming humbled, those humbled becoming exalted, back and forth it goes. And but a scant handful of you get outside of that. Your ascended masters, your great compassionate healers and teachers. A handful get out of that game of back and forth, the cosmic tennis match that humanity plays. It is time to leave that, do you not think? We simply wanted you to question, at least this would give you the opportunity, why you think what you think when you open your eyes in the morning, why you think what you think when you look in the mirror, why you have the conversations in your own mind that you have. Why do you do these things? From where did you learn to do these things? You must learn to question your own history and your collective history to understand. Without that process of evaluation, then you will be, again, in a few short of your earth years, beginning again, those exalted becoming humbled and those humbled becoming exalted, each of you being given the opportunity you requested. That I would do things differently if I were given this opportunity. I would treat my fellow man differently. We shall see. It does not look very promising at this time for you. But if you begin this process now, in a single generation, the necessary corrections can be accomplished. In a single generation, that you could see that the sun would smile upon you for many thousands of years, beyond what your science perceives unfolding. But your consciousness must change in order for this to occur, or you will simply continue the same cycle. Your collective pattern, reborn and resurrected and falling back into the dust from where it came and then being reborn. Are you not tired of that yet? But you must begin to question your own individual history, but the history also of your collective species. Much of what you think you say and do is not of your own choosing. Very few of you have chosen your own thoughts. Very few of you choose your own actions. Many of you bound by the information provided to you by your environment that goes unquestioned, unevaluated. The creation was not designed to function as a mechanism of suffering. The creation was designed as a mechanism of learning, both your individual life and the life of all things that you know, animate, inanimate, fish, fowl, mammon, all these things are designed to work in the most beautiful and exquisite harmony together, of what you've had a very short glimpse. But the time is still available for you that you could consider the simple act for yourself, at least for yourself, the ones that are hearing these words with their ears right now, that you might for yourself begin to question, why do I drink what I drink? Why do I eat what I eat? To recognize that much of your choosing is not of your choosing, that the things that you say and do are often not something you would have chosen if you'd come clear of mind to evaluate that you would be given this thought or this thought, like clothing in a store or food upon the markets, that you could choose and say, this thought is good. This thought is not good. This act is good. This thought and act is not good. That you can choose that. You can begin to choose when you come to this place of evaluating why you do what you do. Then the fundamental changes, albeit perhaps it will seem to be a little bit slow to get going, but when you begin that process of affecting those little changes, honoring the sacred nature of the divine temple in which you find yourself experiencing this world, what a delight it is when you realize who you are. What a delight. And each and every one of you knows how unnatural suffering is. No matter what you may say to us about such a statement, suffering in the human sense is mostly unnatural. Your poverties, your pains, your suffering of body, many of these things are unnecessary if you understand that what you do and why you do it contributes to your suffering, and you may not even know it. You say, there's something wrong with my body, but you pour poison into it. And you say, but it tastes so good. This is good for me because it tastes good. But you continue to not question, what am I doing to my body to cause it to be this way? What am I thinking my mind to cause my mind to feel this way? But you have time to begin the process of correction, to begin the process to liberate yourself from the illusion of suffering. And certainly one might say, well, my body is very in great pain right now, but there is something that is causing that pain. What you think or say or do, or what is being done to it. For many of you are being given things under the guise that they are good for you. That, oh, if you eat this, it will help you. If you drink this, it will help you. If you take this thing, you shall feel better. But it does not seem to work very well. These great statements that you shall be healed by these ones has not proven to be true. That you create a health industry that does exactly the opposite of what you are told it will do. And it is very simple. Be mindful of what you eat and what you think, what you say and what you do. Know why you do what you do and begin to make the necessary changes that you're capable of doing, even in this moment. You know, this has come up quite a bit. Thank you. This has come up quite a bit, this whole concept of creation. And it's going to come up more and more as the urgency for our transformation becomes more apparent. I want to thank the Ascended for their message today. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Hi, Benjamin. Hi, Tanya. Good morning. Hi, Adam. Thank you so much. We'll take some questions now. It is so important that you realize that your body, not the religions, the mythologies they've created about different religions, whether it's Judaism or Catholicism, Christianity, Islam, all these are different religions that that have sought, and they tell me this again, these religions each have their own unique part, but they've also compartmentalized humans into different aspects. It's like separating the arms and legs from the body. You can't really go anywhere. And that's been the case for tens of thousands of years, that religious dogmas tend to keep humans polarized to each other. And so we have not reached a fundamental function of truth that allows a cohesive humanity to come together. They tell me that all the time. That a fundamental set of beliefs has not created a unified humanity. And it's really interesting that that's where we are still, right? And even though we've had ascended masters come to help us, Master Jesus, Buddha, we've had many masters come, Yogananda, many. Creation is matter, is without pain, anger, fear. Well, you're gonna have fear, you're gonna have pain, you're gonna have suffering. We're all gonna have that, right? But the suffering is temporary and designed to help instruct you. You eat bad food and your body suddenly gets sick, and you're like, oh, what am I doing to my body that's making it sick? Or you're eating too much processed sugar. You start to question, what am I doing? Not what's happening to me. What's the government doing? And what's this person doing? You have to really evaluate carefully. And yeah, things are being done to us. But yeah, those things will pass away. Oh, you're very welcome. Am I selling something? I'm not selling anything from them. They're not selling anything. They're simply giving us the truth. If you want to learn more about what you're here for, then you can go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Check out our masterclass series and connect to the Ascended Masters directly. Learn from them directly. I channel the Ascended Masters. We have 4 other mediums that work with us in our masterclass series, and you will learn to connect your guides, your angels, to gain access to the information that's available to every soul that can so open their mind in such a way that they can begin to receive it. And if you want, you can also book a one-on-one session with me, connect your guides and angels, and experience the wisdom, the knowledge, information that you need to move your life forward in a most incredible and wondrous direction. You really can. You can move your life into a whole new direction with so much less effort than what you might have been taught to believe that is involved. Things like alcoholism and drug addiction, both of which I'm personally very familiar with. These things do not have to be painful, difficult processes to go through. There are simple, easy to follow steps that you can literally use to transcend the conditioning that causes you to do that and be that way. You weren't born an alcoholic or a drug addict. Nobody was. We learn to do that. You learn to do that. Book a reading with me. Get connected to your guides. Get connected to your angels. Come take our masterclass 101, 102. These things will elevate you outside of the framework of the belief systems that you've been captured by. So many of you have been captured by these belief systems. Elevate yourself up. Get the knowledge, the wisdom, the information, the truth that you need. Because you did not come to this world to suffer. You came here to learn how to create a most exalted life for yourself. Right? You really did. You didn't come here to suffer. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do I sell books or readings or something? Yes. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. You can book a one-on-one session with me directly and connect to the Ascended Masters, or the beings that want to work with you or through guide you, your relatives, your descendants. Yeah, you can talk to people from the future. In consciousness, there is no past, there is no present, there is no future. There just is now, period. But yeah, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. You want to know more about the Masterclass series? We have our Masterclass 101 series beginning March the 9th. You've only got a few more weeks to register for that course. 101 Masterclass. It's an introductory course for awakening, connecting to your guides, your angels, beginning to open up your clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Where you learn to actually open up these internal senses, because so many of us have been bound by our external senses. You've been captivated by the world and have lost your connection to your divinity. You've lost your connection to your divinity because you've been so lost in the world. And our one-on-one masterclass on awakening brings you back to the inner part of you, that place inside yourself where you know the truth, right? Where you understand what is true, what is false, how to hear, how to see, how to feel, how to know in a very different way than your senses allow you. Your senses only allow you to perceive what's happening in this physical dimension. Your internal senses, your divine senses, will give you access to perceiving what you cannot see with your physical eyes or hear with your physical ears. Gain access to information and guidance from your guides and angels. My guardian angel John came to me when I was 20 years of age, spoke to me while I was standing on the edge of a bridge and said, don't jump, get off the bridge, go to that payphone, call this phone number, ask for this man. That moment changed my life. To hear a voice when I'm about to jump off a 132-foot high bridge onto a highway, and have a voice in that moment just say, stop. It's the most amazing thing. It totally changed my life. Didn't end all my bad behavior, didn't end all my stupidity, but it got me off that bridge. And every one of you has a guide. Every one of you has an angel. And every one of you has God. Every one of you has deities that will work with you that are not based in evil. Yes, there are dark, low vibrational energies, but if you raise your energy up, you'll only connect to higher vibrational beings. Master Jesus, higher vibrational being. Buddha, higher vibrational being. Yogananda, higher vibrational being. Joan of Arc, higher vibrational being, right? Hermes Trismegistus, higher vibrational being. Many high vibrational beings that you can connect to that will give you guidance and wisdom that you don't currently possess, but they're around you right now if you're open and receptive to them, if you learn how to hear. Jesus talks about this all the time when he says, William, people don't see. They think that all they see is with their eyes. They've got to learn to open up their inner eye, he says. You got to open your inner eyes so you can see without your physical eyes. You can see a different thing to see than what you see with your eyes. Hear different things than you hear with your physical ears. Within you, literally within you is the kingdom of God. Right? Literally it is. Wendy's saying, take the course and wake up. Your life will change in amazing ways. So thank you so much, Wendy. Appreciate that. Okay, we've got a question here on YouTube. What message for me from Jesus and Mother Mary? What is the name of my higher self, soul name? If I tune into your the name I'm getting for your higher self is Lazeel, 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 Lazeel. The way I'm hearing it is different than the way I'm physically pronouncing it. It's like trying to learn a new language sometimes to get information in. Right now I'm trying to learn Spanish. When I hear people speaking in Spanish, I know they're saying something, but I don't know how to pronounce it or try to reproduce the sound they're making the exact same way. You go through a process of learning. That's something else about mediumship you need to know. Everybody has the ability to tap into different realms of information. The problem most people face is learning how to interpret that information correctly. But everybody is a medium. You can receive guidance, wisdom, knowledge, and truth that will help you on your life path. Right? You can learn from ascended masters that will teach you. Your guardian angels, they exist. Everybody knows they exist. Well, almost everybody knows they exist. There are some people that are so well developed in their own psychology, in their own thinking, in their own believing, that function, that don't need guides. They don't need angels. They can function quite well without that. They can think and reason from their own experiential reality and create wonderful things. You could individuals like Eckhart Tolle, right, who now talks directly from the divine. And you look at other individuals who've cultivated great intellect, like Jordan Peterson's created a tremendous intellect, right? But it's not just his mind, it's his soul that's connected to that level of wisdom and truth. And everybody has that ability to connect to guides and angels. You have that ability. It just has to be developed. You have to open up your inner ear, your inner eye. You your inner knowing, your inner feeling, which the world has not taught you to do. The world has taught you to focus on your external senses. You need to learn to focus on your internal senses, actualize them, develop them. Because mediumship has to be developed. Just like you had to learn to walk, you had to learn to talk, you had to learn to eat, you had to learn how to hold a fork, tie your shoes, put your clothes on. You had to learn those things. Well, learning how to connect to your guides and angels, you have to learn those things. How to open up clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, to open up those other faculties. You have to train them. You have to work with them. And it's a gradual progression. You get better and better. Just as you got better at walking, you got better at talking, you got better at eating, you got better at using a fork. So mediumship is just another set of skills that you can learn to develop that will give you access to information and knowledge that you might need in your life right now. I know if John hadn't spoken to me on that bridge that day, I wouldn't have been in this body to be saying these words to you right now. I wouldn't be able to allow this information to flow through this body because it wouldn't be existing. Your guides and your angels, they will not steer you wrong. You just have to learn how to connect them, how to raise your vibration. That's another really important thing we cover in our masterclass series. How do you change your vibration from fear, anger, guilt, and shame? How do you shift your energy? You'll learn how to do that. How to actually change the way your emotions work inside your body. You can do that in very simple, easy to use practices that will teach you to interact with your emotions and your mind in a way nobody's ever taught you. What most people have learned about emotions and thoughts, how to suppress them, how to ignore them, how to deny them. I don't like a certain feeling, I ignore it. I'm going to get away from it. I'll eat this, I'll drink this, I'll distract myself. I want to just feel good. I don't want to deal with this. That's how most of you have been taught. To avoid, deny, defer, defend certain emotions that do not serve you, certain thoughts that do not serve you. And yet they're so easy to change. They're like ridiculously easy to change once you understand the simple steps you need to take to do that. And you can learn that really easily. Go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com. Sign up for Masterclass 101 Awakening. You can get a full description of everything that's included in that course. When you go to register, you'll see that there when you go to register. Wow. Question from, if you've got a question, we're not going to get to all the questions today. But if you do have a question you want prioritized, you can use the super chat features on YouTube. You can use the PayPal feature in my Linktree link in my bio or under any of the videos on my YouTube channel. For those of you that want to review this message that came from today, you can go to my YouTube channel and under live videos, you can see all the lives that have been done through the channel. You can go see them there, right? But yeah, the master classes, I've watched so many people come into our master classes, go through incredible changes. It never ceases to amaze me to watch people literally go, I had no idea it could be that easy to change this feeling, to change this thought, to make my body feel healthier and stronger and more vibrant. Because we do have a component of health where we give you an opportunity to select a different type of way of eating that will allow you to change the energy of your body. Because the vibration of foods that you put in your body affects it. The vibration of foods that you put in your body affects it. The vibration of sugar, like processed sugar, is very bad for your body. And the vibration of an apple, very good for your body. Different foods have different vibrations, and those vibrations are going to either elevate your body up or lower it down, right? And you can do that. You can literally raise your vibration up or down. Got a super chat here from Amanda. Hello, William. Is there something from my childhood or past life I need to release that I don't remember? Thank you. I'm being told to tell you this. Now that you've asked the question, they're telling me to tell you, Amanda, to watch over the next 4 days, everything that comes up to frustrate you or annoy you, it's going to cause a negative emotional reaction in you, is going to be connected to the event in childhood. And the question they're telling me that you want to ask yourself when those events happen, when you have that reaction to those events that is like, oh, the frustration or whatever, the question, where did I learn? Who taught me to respond this way? Who taught me to respond this way? Even if it's not an outward expression, but you feel a certain way, like I feel uncomfortable. Who taught you to be uncomfortable like that? Because that's what they're telling me the thing you need is this discomfort you feel in certain situations that you learn from childhood. Yes. Yes. You know who taught you that? They're saying, yeah, I won't do that in public. So yeah, so you want to be able to go to that place, notice those things and ask, where do you learn that emotional reaction from? Right? Because a lot of people's behaviors aren't even their own. Most of people's behaviors were learned, taught to you, given to you by your parents, by your education, by television. Most people don't even know how to think or behave for themselves. You're angry and frustrated because you've been watching too many angry and frustrating TV shows, or you watch violence on TV, or you watch these so-called sports where people are attacking and hurting each other, trying to overcome and defeat the other person. And you got that in your mind. So you're having to overcome and defeat things all the time in your life. But your life is meant to be a divine creation, not a competition. You're supposed to be your divine manifestation. Your life is supposed to be a divine manifestation of your life, not something you have to overcome this person and that person, defeat them. Violence and aggression doesn't accomplish anything. It really doesn't. Unless somebody's trying to hurt you, then it might protect you. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it, Amanda. I've never heard of such a name either. Kutana is asking, my dad has passed on. Does he have any messages for me? Hi, Kutana. Again, he's asking me to put a hand to my heart. This is what he's saying. He's putting his right hand over your heart. He's telling me it's on this side so that you can feel that it's over your physical heart. He wants you to feel his hand is still upon your heart. His hand is still upon your heart to protect it, to guide it a little further. He says that you're growing past this need for me to be with you. The next man, he says, the next man's love will be greater than mine. He's saying the next man. What are you referring to by next man? Like your husband, but the man next to your father, that comes next, the next most important man in your life, is the one who will help you transcend the need and the dependence upon your father, so that he can move on. Like he wants to move on back into this creational dimension. He wants to come back into another incarnation. So that's really wonderful, Katana. Thank you so much for that question. I love that. Oh, you're very welcome. The power of the subconscious mind. Yes. I'm told somebody's saying this, that what was the message that was given aligns with Islam, and all respect to all religions, because they all have different facets, but they still keep humanity fragmented and at odds to each other. But I'm told that what they say addresses the truth of the truth, that it's not designed to be for this religion or that religion. It's designed for humanity as a unified whole. The information that we bring to you is designed to bring humanity into a unified function together. To not have the divisiveness that you have historically incorporated into your civilizations that brought them to their knees and eventually to their graves. You must understand that we bring information that gives you the opportunity to unify through the function of love. If you want to have a religion, then let love be your religion. Let love be your religion. And you will find there will be much more excitement and wonder to behold in your lives with one another. Wow, I like that. Thank you. Someone's asking, Will my financial case be resolved and my scammers caught? I'm getting that the scammers won't be caught, but that the scam will be revealed and that there'll be a financial resolution for you. I'm being told 6 months, that the financial resolution will come in about 6 months. So be patient. Be patient. It's coming, right? So much here. Maritza is asking, I was woken up to the sound of plastic being crushed very loudly next to me. I've also been hearing the sound of plastic utensils falling on the ground in the kitchen. Why? Get rid of plastic. They're trying to tell you that plastic is very toxic for you. You need to get around, convert the things that you have as plastic, convert them to wood or silver. Convert them to wood or silver for you. They're trying to tell you that the plastics are really bad for your body, and though whatever you're eating, stop using plastics. Convert to either wood or silver when you're going to use things to eat with, or if you're going to use things to carry water in. I'm also being told stainless steel, good quality stainless steel. They're saying it must be the finest stainless steel if you're going to use another substitute. But do not use plastics anymore for your body. It's very crucial for your body. They're saying that there's a threshold that you might cross if you don't stop using plastics, right? Wow. Oh, good morning. Good morning to you too. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm happy to do that. Someone's saying mediums communicate with deceptive spirits, demons. Stay away from mediums, witchcraft, sorcery, etc. Well, Blake, let me say to you, first of all, there is some truth to what you are saying, because there are demons. There are dark, low vibrational entities, absolutely. But that's just one facet of mediumship. The fact that you would phrase your question in that way, I can experience and perceive the energy of fear that you're trying to project towards this. And the only response I have to use, I truly understand and appreciate and respect your perspective. And I would caution anybody that whatever information you're going to seek from mediums, any medium, be sure that they're high vibrational. Do not just let your physical ears or what you hear, what they say, because your mind and your body can be deceived by the world. But your soul can always know the truth. That's why Jesus always says it's very important to open your inner eye. Learn to see without eyes, learn to hear without ears, because you can see the truth and hear the truth that your body, your ears, and your eyes can't necessarily see the truth. Look at on television where they put advertising and it looks really nice, and that Cheerios and all these wonderful foods that they offer you, that they beautiful colors, they make it look and sound really amazing. And you find out that they put things like trisodium phosphate in children's cereals, right? But they make it sound really good. Your eyes and ears can be deceived, but your inner eye, your inner ear cannot be deceived. So learn to open up your inner eye. Jesus says this all the time. You have eyes but cannot see. Open your inner eye. You have ears but cannot. Open your inner ear. Clairvoyance, clairaudience. Open those senses up. Learn how to open up your internal senses of knowing, right? So important. But thank you so much for sharing that thought with us, Blake, because it is important people do know that there are demons on this planet right now. Many of the politicians in the world right now are being possessed by them. And there's many people in general being possessed by them. Learn to make the distinction between low vibrational information and high vibrational information. Jesus was a medium. Buddha was a medium. Yogananda was a medium. They channeled the divine all the time. They spoke to the angels, to Gabriel, to Michael. So mediumship has a place in our civilization, but it must be a place that's understood to be a place from love, a place from truth, wisdom, compassion, kindness, right? If somebody says, oh, they're bad, you should, that's pretty dark stuff. No, don't do that, right? Be careful. But thank you, Blake, for sharing that thought. Really appreciate it. Am I connected most with Source and communicate with my guides when I move my body and teach? Yes, movement is very important. Yogananda talks about this quite a lot. He talks about shaking the body. When you get out of bed, he says you should shake your body up. I've been trying it the last couple of days where you actually get out of bed and you shake. You should actually shake your body, get all the molecules. You're telling the whole body to be alive. You get out of bed and you make the whole body alive. He says that you are bringing your soul into your body. You're bringing the spirit of life into your body, intending life in your body. I love that when he started sharing that with me. I'm doing that last few days. Very exciting. I've actually watched some things on my skin start to change because of that. Because you need to bring life into your body. You don't get life from your body. You give life to your body by what you eat, by what you drink, by what you think. You give life to your body. You can't get life from your body. You give life to it. Right? I love that. Great question. Thank you so much. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, do my parents have a message for me? They're telling you to stay really upbeat. They said your mom says you need to spend more time smiling. You need to spend more time smiling. Yeah, I also got a message coming in from your dad. Your dad really misses you. Your dad says he really misses you. And he loves you. He really misses you and he loves you. Anything else you want to say? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid anymore. Wow, thank you. Question from Danielle. Will I be reunited with my soulmate soon? Is it true love? Again, they say this a lot. Danielle, the answer is yes to that. But you need to be completely open to that. You need to become completely open to that truth. Okay? We got time for a couple more questions, everybody, and we're going to have to get on to some other things here. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Adam wants me to answer his question above. I'll see if I can get back up there, Adam. There we go. Does any of my spirit guides have any message for me? If so, please identify which ones would and what exactly they want me to do, and what they want me to know, and why they want you to know it. They're saying that you need to get less disconnected from them, Adam. We've been trying to open the door in your mind for many months now. For many months, we've been trying to open your door inside so you can hear. So you can hear. Seek not that which you would find from the Spirit in this world, for it is within you to receive this. Look for the light in your meditation. Look for the light in your meditation. Put aside the world and look for the light in your meditation, and speak your requests to the light and receive it as you will. Wow. Thank you, Adam. That's pretty cool. Cynthia's asking for clear guidance on finding my gift, my purpose. Cynthia, come to our masterclass. Sign up for a 101 masterclass, Awakening. It starts March the 9th. It's a 3-week program, about an hour every day from Sunday to Friday. There are live events that happen on Zoom over a 3-week period where you get to connect to the Ascended Masters. You'll be working with other mediums that will teach you how to open up your inner senses, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. You need to learn to open up those faculties. Most people are going through life just basing what they're doing on what they see, hear, smell, touch, taste with their bodies. Your mind and body can be deceived. Your soul cannot. You want to really learn to connect to those inner faculties, your purpose. You know your purpose. It's not in what you've been taught. Your purpose is in your heart. You need to go inside and find it where your love is, where your passion is, where your excitement is. It exists within all of us. Everyone was born with a purpose. Every single soul is born with a purpose. And every one of you knows this. Like, everybody knows this. I know I'm here for a reason. You know this. But you're not going to find it in your mind, because what the world has taught you is not the truth about who you are. The world has taught you to be, to think, to say, to do according to the world. And so you're so caught up in the world mind that you're disconnected from your very soul purpose. So you know it's there, but you can't find it because you're looking in the wrong place. You have to learn how to get your mind out of the way, how to get your body out of the way, so you can reconnect to who you are as a spiritual consciousness. And in so doing, you'll reveal the purpose that you came here for. That purpose might be writing or singing or dancing or teaching. Could be an architect, could be a spiritual teacher, a healer. Could be being a mother or a father. But you do know in your own heart that it exists. Sign up for the masterclass. Begin the process of remembering who you are as a spiritual consciousness, not just as a biology. Thank you so much. That's right. We are more powerful than we're told to believe. That's right. Thank you for saying that. Yes. Yeah, we got that question. I'm going to take one more question from TikTok. The Bible says not to consort with mediums, fortune tellers, necromancy, or sorcery. Who's this? This is Richard. Hi, Richard. So glad you came here today, Richard. Thank you so much. This is really important to understand. First of all, most religious texts were made by men. The teachings of Master Jesus, Master Jesus, by the way, was also a spiritual medium. He talked to God. He talked to Gabriel. He talked to Elijah. He talked to Moses. Spiritual mediumship has a place in our lives, and the fabricated religions of men have denied us that ability. And so you're taught to attack, because that's what your words are right now. The big bold caps, that's an aggressive, violent, fearful attack. And I really understand that you're suffering. And you have my deep respect and compassion for your suffering, to believe that you should discount that God is within you. You can channel God, you know. You can talk to God. You know that? So when somebody tells me don't connect to spirits, I say poppycock. I'm going to connect to high vibrational spirits. I'll connect to Jesus. I'll connect to Buddha. I'll connect to Lao Tzu. I'll connect to God. I'll connect to Ganesh. I'll connect to high vibrational spirits that live from love and compassion and kindness. I'm not going to connect to spirits that are of low vibrational nature, greed and anger and fear and pain. So yeah, there are low vibrational spirits. They're not here, my friend. You won't find them here, but they exist in the world. Most of the politicians on the planet are possessed by these low vibrational beings, right? So yeah, there's some truth to that, but that's not the whole of the truth. That's just one truth. Anyway, you got my compassion to overcome your fear. I got time for 2 more questions from TikTok here. Is it always angels that come through? No, sometimes it's grandmothers, grandfathers, grandparents, sisters, brothers. Sometimes it's ascended masters like Jesus or Buddha. Sometimes it's God. Sometimes it's Krishna. It depends on who wants to come forward. They're individuals too. Just because they're not in a body, they're individuals. You have to respect spirit as well. You have to respect the divine. You have to respect Jesus. You have to respect Yogananda. You have to respect them. Who wants to come and speak through me today? Sometimes they'll come and they'll say, hey, William, can we deliver a message through you? And I'll say, okay. And I'll always ask, who is this? And they'll always tell me, it is I. Right? So it's not always angels. I've had Gabriel. I've had many angels come through, Archangel Metatron, many others. So yeah, you can learn to tune into different angels, different deities. Right? Thank you so much. I am very interested in how much for reading and the masterclass. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and go to the shop, and that you'll see all the courses are there. The masterclasses are $199 each for the 3-week program. That price will be changing in the not too distant future, but it's $199 for the 3-week. Any of our 3-week courses is $199. If you're a repeat student, it's only $99. And that $199 gives you the full 3-week program. That's from Sunday to live event. Time of 200, what you need to know, and each and every reading is tailored to the individual. Your guides, the angels that are designed to work with and through you and for you, will come through. And I cannot tell you how many times I've watched people's lives just literally become completely different. If you want to know more about what people have experienced from my readings, you can go to my the testimonials page on my website, or you can go to my Facebook business page and see all the different testimonials there from people that have experienced the connection to their guides, their angels, ascended masters, loved ones. And yeah, you can go do that. Thank you for asking. Appreciate the question. What can my husband do to overcome ALS? Understand, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a medical professional. I occasionally get information from my guides and angels that are unique to each individual. In the case of your husband, he needs to evaluate what is keeping the electrical imbalance in his body. There's an electrical imbalance in his body that's manifested as the condition that's diagnosed as ALS. Because all you see in the body are the effects of something. You cannot have an effect without a cause. It's impossible. But they're telling me there's something that he's doing or thinking or eating. No, they're saying all the above that are contributing to an electrical imbalance that's manifested as this condition. That's what they're telling me. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a great question. My wife just piped in and said, if you want, you can book a one-on-one reading with me, and you want to get some really deep dive details about that. You can get some really deep dive details about anything that you want to look into, whether it's that, or if it's a relationship or your parents or whatever. You get some really deep information that you cannot get here in a single question, because there is a lot more to everything. Someone's saying, how can I heal a trauma I deal with it if it's triggered by someone I'm with regularly? I'm working on it. This is really important. Well, if you're still being triggered, you still haven't released the emotion from your body. Because what most people do is they store experience in the form of an emotion in the body. So if let's say you were bitten by a dog when you were 3 years old, and the emotion of that experience will be stored in the body, so that most people have an aversion to dogs after an experience like that. My sister was like that for many years, or snakes or other things. Once you can release the emotional energy from the system, it won't react the same way, because emotion is the way the body stores experience as emotion. So it has a memory system in place to protect it from potential harm or danger. That's the way the body managed to stay alive for many billions of years as a physical organism. But yeah, you want to release, and I'm being told to caution you here, because when you release a significant emotion from your body that's been creating or producing certain conditions in your life, such as people that are causing it, when you release that emotion, then the need for that effect goes away. That means your relationship with this person will change. When you heal that emotion, that relationship is going to change. And I can't get into too much details here about how that will change, but I can promise you, when you change your own energy, it's going to change your life. When you learn how to heal and correct emotions in your body, and in our Modern 2 Masterclass, we go into great detail about that, where you literally learn how to release and transcend old emotions from your body. Once you release old emotions from the body, behavior changes, because emotion determines behavior. Change the emotion, behaviors change. The things you attract, the people that come into your life, your financial, everything that's connected to your life changes when you can change an emotional energy? That's a great question. I think that's a really wonderful place to end this wonderful day on. I want to say thank you again to the Ascended, to the other beings that answered questions here, and to all of you for coming out today and supporting this live event. Remember, we go live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. We call the program Shortcuts for Your Soul, and it literally is Shortcuts for Your Soul. I channel ascended masters, other multidimensional beings, guides, angels, parents, loved ones, whoever is willing to come through at this point of time and space. And again, everybody, remember to like, to subscribe, to share this information with other people. Facilitate the algorithm, giving others the same opportunity to receive this knowledge and wisdom that we are all blessed to receive as well. I want to say much love to each and every one of you. Have yourselves a wonderful, a joyful day. Remember, today is a brand new day. This is a brand new moment. Much love, everybody. Bye for now.